Colombia has a total population of 47,698,524 people. Mestizos and whites are the ethnic groups that make up most of that population. In Colombia's capital city, Bogota, which is also their largest city, there are 9.7 million people. Speaking of cities, a total of 77% of all Colombians live in the cities. Most of everyone else lives in rural areas. Most people live in the northwest regions of Colombia because the farmland is better. The rest of the country is llanos, which are dry lowland plains. These areas are not very populated. In the areas with better farmland, the two more common crops are coffee and flowers. Colombia is the third largest exporter of coffee and the second largest exporter of cut flowers. Because Colombia was colonized by the Spanish, Spanish is the official language, and most people are Catholic. In Colombia, about 60% of all people use the internet, and there are more cell phones than people. That really surprised me. Taking that into account, this next fact might surprise you. Almost 30% of all Colombians live below the poverty line. There is a very large disparity between rich and poor in Colombia. The unemployment rate is 10%. On the other hand, the literacy rate is at 94%, which is a little higher than Brazil's, but a little lower than China's. In Colombia, the average life expectancy is 76. In Colombia, the average life expectancy is 76 years old. About 23% of all adults in Colombia are obese. The percent of Americans who are obese is 36%. So when comparing the numbers, Colombia has lower obesity than the US. In Colombia, there are about 120,000 people living with HIV/AIDS.